In the beginning of the book of John, we're introduced to a man named John the Baptist, and John the Baptist has this incredible ministry and he's baptizing people. Well, in John chapter 3, Jesus comes to the same place where John the Baptist is baptizing people, and what John basically says is, hey, followers, go after this man. And he says in verse 30, he must become greater and I must become less. And what he means by this is all of my ministry was to get you to this guy. And so he shows an incredible amount of humility for us. And so here's what this means for us. This week we've talked about forgiveness, and we've also talked a lot about humility. And the reason being is that we can't experience forgiveness without humility. Think of it kind of like this. If you sit in a saddle and you want to get somewhere, just because you're sitting in a saddle doesn't mean you're going to get to a destination. It has to be on a horse. Right now, if forgiveness is the saddle we sit in, and the destination is freedom, that the goal of forgiveness is to get us to freedom, the horse that gets us there is humility. And here's how this works itself out in our life. John shows us this example. He says that he must become greater. And what we do is in our pride, we're so focused on the wrongs that were done to us that we don't see the situation correctly. But when we let him become greater in the light of what Jesus is doing, we can forgive people. And we don't forgive because we don't understand the brokenness of ourselves. And in our pride, we ostracize other people. And we also, in our pride, don't do the flip side of this, which is to seek forgiveness because we don't want to admit that we might be wrong. And so for us to experience the joy that forgiveness brings, which is freedom, we have to follow John's example, which is he must become greater and I must become less.